Well, Stockport have had 5 weeks of training. They've had 6 pre-season games. But in a competitive match, this set of players have been thrown together. And we will wait and see how quickly they gel, how quickly they can hit the ground running. And it will be Stockport County in all yellow to begin a brand new chapter in their history. After 106 years in the Football League, they are underway in the Blue Square Bet Premier. The 5th tier, the non-league's top flight, and they don't want to be in it too long, but as they've seen over the years, and they only have to look around the likes of York City and Mansfield Town. It is such a difficult league for teams to bounce straight back into. And the start will be all important for them. This is Luke Graham, one of the 5 debutants for Forest Green Rovers tonight. First strong challenge of the evening, and it came in from Danny Hall on Rhys Dyche.
I don't think that was a foul. I think he's got his... Dyche has got his body there, but I think Danny Hall there, he's just got a foot round him, and I think it was a fair tackle. Here we see it again. Yeah, I don't think there's nothing in that. He's got his foot round the striker, won the ball. I think he's unfortunate there to give away the free kick.
It could well be the first aerial test for Stockport tonight. Chris Todd has made his way forward from the back. James Rowe is going to deliver it. One of the 5 new boys who's just arrived from Reading. 19-year-old. And it went towards Griffin. Well, it was on target. First save of the evening for Matt Glennon.
Yeah, decent ball in there. Charlie Griffin, knowing what he does best, gets on the end of things. Just a little glance there. Got in front of his defender, but comfortable first save for Matt Glennon in the Stockport County goal.
Britton has been penalised. Well, the one thing, having been in those shoes, not at Doncaster when you come into this league, that Dietmar Hamann will want is a positive start, not mountains to climb.
Yeah, but it's still going to be difficult for him, Steve. The expectation at Stockport is still big, even though they have gone down and it's a completely new team. They'll know that, but fans have got to be patient with him, and he's got to be patient with the players. And as I said, throughout the season, you'll see progress made by Stockport County. They'll just get better and better as each month goes by.
That's a good header by Norwood. That's towards Gritton, who was challenging with Hodgkiss, the new Forest Green captain. This is Ryan Fraun. Clearance from Glennon. Forbes. And it's difficult, isn't it, when you throw 10 new outfield players together for a competitive game after only about 6-week period of training. In fact, only 2 of these players were registered last night, Snods, weren't they, for Stockport, and had to get international clearance.
Yeah, it just shows how difficult it is going to be. So I think if they get anything from this game tonight, it's a big bonus. I know the travelling Stockport County fans that are here, and there's a good contingent of them as well. They'll be looking for more than, hopefully, a draw. They'll be looking for a win, but let's be realistic. They are new players.
Here's Miles, another man with Football League experience. 4 clubs he's played for in the Football League. Accrington Stanley, the most recent, released by Fleetwood in the summer. John Miles began at Liverpool's academy.
Yeah, he's the kind of player, the experienced player that these young lads, especially Routledge and Sheridan in the centre midfield, they're only young lads, technically very good football players.
Oh, and Moody didn't make that. In from Holden. The offside flag is up. That wouldn't have counted from Chadwick.
Yeah, Martin Gritton, it was just straight offside there as the ball came in from Ewan Holden.
Well, you may recognise that surname, because Ewan Holden is the younger brother of Bolton's Stuart Holden, who performed so well, of course, in the Premier League for Owen Coyle's side last season before suffering that bad injury in the FA Cup tie at Birmingham, the American international. If he can pass it like his brother, Stockport have got an addition.
Without a doubt, his brother's done exceptionally well and looked a useful player before his bad injury that he picked up.
Bullman's clearance. Straight to Routledge. Gritton takes over. Shot was deflected and all the pace was taken off it. Norwood's jump falls to Griffin. Just a little bit of a heavy touch. To 8 Forest Green this evening. 15 to 8 Stockport. And the draw 12 to 5. That was useful towards Chadwick.
Yeah, that's a terrific ball in from Ryan Frone there. Just got on his left foot, whipped a tremendous ball in there. And Chadwick, experienced lad, I thought once he got in front of the defender, could have done slightly better. Didn't make a great contact, but it just shows that if you put the ball in the right areas, that man in picture will get on the end of it.
Ryan Frone, released by Tranmere Rovers in the summer. After 6 years there, he played 19 times in League One. Still only 19 years of age as well. One of Diddyman's first signings. Here he is again. Forward by Sheridan for Gritton to chase. Goalkeeper took evasive action. That's gone against Gritton.
That's a decent ball put in there outside of his right foot by Sam Sheridan, just beyond the back four of Forest Green. And Gritton South don't know whether he really had to foul the keeper there. He put him under immense pressure, and they've got a throw in deep inside the Forest Green last third of the pitch. So unnecessary free kick to give away.
Norwood's flick. Bounab, who only signed yesterday, is a French-Algerian central defender, 23 years of age. That's certainly the type of football that Didi Hamann will encourage at Stockport. He was also saying to you earlier on, as the offside flag goes up, Snods, that he knows at times he's going to have to mix it in this league. Yeah,
of course he is. We were talking to Dave Oxday. He says this season his team are going to get the ball down and play. So tonight might be one of them games where Stockport can get the ball down. In Routledge and Sheridan in the midfield, they'll get the ball, start getting it out wide. But there's games as well when the season progresses that are going to be tough. It's going to be a battle. So he's got to mix it, and Diddy knows that's what he's got to do.
That came off Routledge. There's no flag against Steisch. Good ball in. It was aimed towards Griffin. It's come back to Forbes. Very important block by Danny Hall. Still not clear. This is Rowe. That hit his own player. Promising spell for Forest Green Rovers. Steisch once more. 4 in the penalty area. Still Steisch. And he couldn't make any contact in the end.
Good defending by Stockport, throwing the bodies in. The first one, I don't think Danny Hall knew too much about it, as it's come out here to Kieran Forbes. A great strike, good block, because that was on target. That was definitely making the keeper work. Another block the second time, and then finally as the ball came in, as we see on the left-hand side. But well defended by Stockport. That's what they want. Throw the bodies on the line.
Gritton jumping with Todd, away by Graham. And this is Griffin. And just caught there, Charlie Griffin. Bags of experience, 32-year-old. Began at Bristol Rovers. He was on loan at Newport last season when we saw him from Stevenage, for whom he won this league.
Yeah, useful acquisition for Forest Green, and he is a good target man, all right, 32 years of age, but we know he's vastly experienced, and I'm sure Forest Green will be looking for at least double figures, probably 15 goals this season off him.
This is James Rowe. Stockport have everybody back bar Chadwick at the moment. In from Norwood, comfortably for Bunab. Bullman takes charge in the Forest Green goal. At home, you are watching two teams who want to play football tonight on a perfect playing surface, 100% organic. Kieran Forbes, one of the youngsters that Dave Hockaday was talking about in his team, that he's mixed with the experience of the likes of this man Todd and Graham at the back. Jeffrey Amudia, just 21. Couldn't find Steisch. And this is Chadwick. It's broken to Steisch again, and he was fouled by Bunab.
I think he's been unlucky there, as Bunab. Again, just think Steisch, he's a big, strong lad. Just gone down a little bit too easy. I think the referee at the minute is just getting one or two things. I don't think he's done a lot wrong there.
So another potential opening for Forest Green as Rowe takes the free kick, headed away by Bunab. Amudia. Forbes got it back, and he was trying to feed Chris Todd, of all people, who'd stayed up after the original set play.
Yeah, he's unlucky there, Forbes. He looks a lively character in the midfield for Forest Green, always looking to pick it up. We'd seen him a couple of minutes ago trying to pick it up off the back four and start things going, and then he just over it this slightly. But I think you're wanting your centre forward there to get on the end of it, and not your centre half, Chris Todd.
Gritton with the flick. Sheridan. Disappointing from Norwood. He's back for his second spell. 20-year-old. Miles. All the space here for Fraun. Wanted it on his left. Eventually he went for goal. And it wasn't too far away from Ryan Fraun.
Yeah, good play by Stockport. First instance, John Miles there, just drifting past 1-2 players. Lovely ball into Ryan Fraun. He were looking for Gritton, but as it opened up, he thought, well, it's worth a chance. Left foot, and he's not far wide. He had Matt Bullman just scrambling to his left-hand side there.
Bunab with the interception. Miles. And he was stopped by Chris Allen. Danny Hall, another man with plenty of Football League experience. This is Fraun. Holden. Sheridan. Caught in possession by Forbes. It's fallen to Steisch, and he was fouled by Danny Hall.
Yeah, just caught in two minds there, young Sam Sheridan, but he looks a tidy little footballer, loves to play little 1-2s, get the ball, but just got caught in possession there.
You may recognise Sam Sheridan's surname. He's the nephew of John Sheridan, and of course Darren Sheridan, the joint Barrow manager, so he could well be playing against his uncle's team later on in the season.
Yeah, he looks a typical Sheridan as well, to be fair, and if he turns out to be half as good as his uncles, his uncle John and Darren, then he'll have a bright, bright future ahead. Played with John, terrific player.
Sam Sheridan came through Bolton's academy. He was released in the summer. Steisch. Still going, Stage, stopped in the end by Holden. And that's a Stockport throw. 23, Ewan Holden. Been playing in Denmark until he got the call from Dietmar Hamann. Had trials last season at Oldham, Crewe and Derby. Finally got his wish to play in England with Stockport County in the Blue Square Bet Premier. Forward by Emudia. Well watched by Bunab. Forbes. Very nearly got through there. Still trying, Kieran Forbes. Cleared by Sheridan. Todd. Luke Graham, who's back at Forest Green. He was on loan here in the 2005-06 season. Played 30 times under Gary Hours. Ryan McCann, the right back. John Routledge. Forward by Holden. Miles. More patient Stockport build-up. Early from Miles, looking for Gritton. Comfortable for Emudia. This is Norwood now on the right-hand side and stopped by Ryan Fraun. Well, we've had over a quarter of an hour. Let's get a word from our guest tonight, the Luton manager, Gary Brabin. What have you made of it so far?
Well, it seems a pretty open game. You know, I think Forest Green look dangerous with the two lads up front when they get the ball early. But, you know, at the same time, I think Stockport, if he can get the ball wide left to Fraun here, he looks a real danger. And I just don't think he's getting enough of the ball at the moment. If they can get it out wide to the left, I think they can cause a few more problems.
Thank you, Gary. He has a particularly keen eye on tonight's action because Forest Green's next opponents are Luton at Kenilworth Road on Tuesday. And a reminder, in case you hadn't heard, that will be Luton's first game of the season because they have had their opening day fixture at AFC Telford tomorrow postponed because of a lack of police resources.
Yeah, I think Gary's right about the wide left player as well, Ryan Fraun. He looks sharp, he looks as though he's comfortable on his left foot, and as he says, the more space he gets, you're looking for the midfield players of Routledge and Sheridan to get the ball out to this boy, and I'm sure he can cause problems this evening.
Well, Luke Graham has been penalised there for a foul on Chadwick.
That's experience by Nick Chadwick there, just got his body in, felt a little tug from behind and thought, well, I'll go down, it'll put us in a great position to hopefully deliver a quality free kick. That's the experience of Nick Chadwick there.
6 goals he scored for Everton in all competitions, 3 in the Premier League. One of those goals came against Stockport in the Carling Cup. Competition, of course, for the first time in 106 years, they will not be competing in this season. Now, Stuart Holden of Bolton likes a free kick. His brother Ewan has had a long look at this. Miles is there as well, but it is to be Holden. And it wasn't up to the Holden family standard, it was straight at the wall.
Yeah, disappointing. He's made for a left footer out there, and he drifted across from his left back area to take it, but hit the wall, never really threatened, never looked as though he were going to go over the wall, so big disappointment from that set play.
Forward by Hall, won by Gritton, and comfortable for Bullman. Interesting that Matt Bullman starts tonight, Snods, because Forest Green's Player of the Year was the goalkeeper James Bittner last year. They've had a battle in pre-season, and Dave Hockaday has Gone with the former Swindon goalkeeper.
Yeah, big surprise. As you say, he played ever so well last season, covered a couple of games, and he looked useful, but he must have been pressed.
That was a little short for Danny Hall. It looked as though Forbes tripped over. Rob Whitten, the referee, had a different opinion.
Yeah, here we see it. Forbes is definitely there. Yeah, I think his little clip just on his ankle there as we were running by. From that angle, it didn't look as though he did, but I think he's just got a little clip. But you could tell with the reaction of the players as well, so perhaps Hall felt a little injustice there had been done.
No card has been given.
I think the smile on his face tells you that it didn't really touch him.
What it does do is give Forest Green Rovers, perhaps a little fortuitously, a chance to profit from a free kick. James Rowe to deliver it. Oh, it's an inviting one, and it's the first goal of the night. And it's last season's leading goal scorer, Rhys Stice, who heads it home. 21 minutes gone. The first goal of the brand new season. He's scored by Forest Green, and Stockport in their first game out of the Football League will have to come from behind.
Steve, that's all about the delivery. What a delivery that was from James Rowe. Bit of pace, back post. Couple of Forest Green strikers there looking to get on the end of it. The marking could have been a lot better. Who's picking up Rhys Stice? That'll be the question asked by the Stockport players and the management, but there's no taking away from it. He attacked the ball, Stice, and he's put his team one goal up.
So 20 goals last season. Sorry, 20 goals for Forest Green so far, and he's up and running. 15 he got last season. He's a player I know Gary Brabbing is a fan of, but would you have been disappointed there, Gary, if you were Dietmar Hamann with the marking?
Yeah, you know, he took the goal. I think Snods has just said there was a great delivery from the lads. Row. He looks like he's got some good delivery from set plays, and you know, just seeing his run there, Rhys has come in through the middle of the pack unmarked, and you know, he's only had to hit the target and they've scored. So you know, you would be disappointed if you're Stockport.
The Forest Green perhaps deserve that the way they've played in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think they've had the most threat in the box at the moment. You know, they seem to be forcing Stockport back a little bit. But like I said, Stockport now need to. I think they've got the two big lads up front. They seem to be trying to get the ball forward to them too early, and I thought the Forest Green back four seemed to be dealing with that quite well. I think if they can just use the width a bit more, I think they could cause them a few more problems.
So Stockport have to come from behind in their first ever experience of the Blue Square Bet Premier. It's only 14 years ago that Stockport was second in what is now the Championship and in the semi-finals of the Carling Cup under Dave Jones when they lost to Middlesbrough less than 15 years ago. They were in the top two to go into the Premier League.
Yeah, it's been a downward spiral, but they're still in full voice, the Stockport supporters that have travelled up to watch the team. It's going to be a tough ask to get back into this game, but what they've got to do, they're delivering to the two strikers, both Chadwick and Gritton. It's got to be better. They've got to drop it into them and then support from midfield a little bit quicker.
He's going to have a word with Ryan McCann while Stockport prepare to take this free kick. And the left foot of Ryan Fraun is this time behind the free kick.
Yeah, we've seen that he's got a decent left foot. He's taken a decent run up as well, so I think he could be going more for power than precision, to be honest, but he's got to make the keeper try and make a save. He's got to try and hit the target.
Here he comes then, it's touched to Fraun. That was deflected off Jared Hodgkiss, the Forest Green captain, and it's a Stockport corner.
Yeah, that's what you ask the blocker to do when you have a blocker in the wall or to come out of the wall. You ask him to get there and prevent the shot getting on target, and he certainly did that with the skipper.
Fraun to deliver this corner as well. Headed away by Todd. Back in from Holden. Forest Green still haven't got this clear. They have now through Amedia. And there could be a break on with Norwood. Stice points to where he wants it. It's fallen back to Norwood. And that was an ambitious effort from that range.
Just shows that Stockport have got to be aware as well, the counter-attack of Forest Green. That was a corner. And all of a sudden they're defending on their own 18-yard box. They've just got to be a little bit aware that Forest Green have got one or two pacey players in the team.
Todd's header clear. This is Griffin. Emudia. And he made 3 appearances last season, Jeffrey Emudia, because of a serious knee injury. Starting in the right back berth. Graham. Away by Hall for Stockport. Allen. Poor touch by Griffin. In nips Sheridan. He's all alone at the moment, Sheridan. He might have to go for goal.
Good effort by young Sham Sheridan there. He bad touch from Griffin, from Charlie Griffin, just inside the Stockport half. His touch has got to be a lot better than that. Sheridan read it well, advanced comfortably into the Forest Green half and had a shot from distance. Let the keeper save.
This is kept in by Chris Allen. Looking for Norwood. Across went McCann, and it's a Forest Green corner. Stockport will hope the marking is an improvement here from where they conceded the goal.
This is the time to organise it. As the ball's dead now, you've just got to be amongst each other saying, right, pick him up, pick him up. Nobody gets a free header.
Everybody back for Stockport. And it goes short to Norwood. It wasn't a very good ball back to James Rowe. Hodgkiss with the throw. Fraun. Now Holden. Sheridan. Hall goes all the way back to Matt Glennon. One of just 3 survivors in the Stockport squad, incredibly, from the end of last season. Holden couldn't keep that in. Routledge. Ryan McCann, former Celtic academy player, made 1 appearance at Parkhead. That's towards Chadwick, and that's comfortable for Bullman.
Yeah, again, everything that's played up to both Gritton and Chadwick are fighting balls, really. The defenders are always favourite little flick-ons, but then they've got to get hold of it, because the 2 central midfield players, they're just sitting a little bit deep. So you're asking the wide players, both Miles and Fraun, to get up in support. And while the ball's up in the air, they don't know whether to go, because they don't know whether the strikers are going to get hold of it. The delivery from midfield, or especially at the back, has got to be better to the 2 strikers.
The man who scored the last ever goal at Wembley Stadium in his first ever game as a manager looks on with his team trailing by 1-0. Strong challenge by Routledge. This is Norwood. He's giving it straight to Chadwick. Routledge once more. Fraun was quick to retrieve that situation. Gritton. Sheridan. Space for Miles. Can they carve anything open here, Stockport? Fraun's round Griffin, and then took on Imudia and wins his team a corner.
Yeah, he's done well again then, Fraun, but knowing that he is all left foot, you'd be showing him inside onto his right foot. Charlie Griffin there, he's not his strongest point defending. He is a striker, but just shows when this boy gets the ball, he's capable of going by him.
Fraun is going to deliver this corner. It's over Gritton. It was well defended by Graham in the end. Kept in by Norwood. He's been dispossessed though. Now Griffin. He was looking to feed Steisch. McCann in the way. Well, we've had over half an hour. Gary Brabin, the Luton manager, watching with us with interest, of course, because he plays Forest Green on Tuesday at Kenilworth Road. Have they impressed you so far, the home team?
Yeah, they do. They look lively. They look a real threat going forward, and they look pretty solid at the back. But you know, to be fair, you know, I think Stockport, you know, I keep saying they've got to play to the strength. The two forwards up front could be really useful, but you know, they don't want balls and snods getting rammed down the throats. They get the ball wide, and them two attacking it in the box and getting crosses in. And I think you'll see a different proposition then. But at the moment, I think they're playing into Forest Green's hands a bit.
Here they are again. That's a good, powerful run by Rowe. Just got crowded out in the end. Player known to Dave Hockaday from his time at Southampton Academy. James Rowe. Should point out as well that 4 players are unavailable to Forest Green tonight. Curtis MacDonald has a hamstring injury. Alassane Bangura, the former Watford player, has signed for Forest Green as well. He's about 3 weeks away with an ankle injury. And Jamie Turley and Chris Stokes are both serving 1-match suspensions. And all 4, we were chatting to the manager earlier on, Snods, would have started tonight.
Yeah, so it just shows that he must be very happy with the squad he's assembled this season. He said probably 1 more coming in as well. So that'll take his squad to 21. So, yeah, Dave's got to be very happy with the squad that's there and where the team are performing at the minute.
He's been well backed by the man who took over Forest Green a year ago, the energy tycoon, Dale Vince. He's clearly backed his manager this summer. The 14th consecutive season in the top flight of non-league football. And as we mentioned earlier, they did dice very carefully with their lives on the end of last season. They survived by the skin of their teeth. They also got a reprieve 2 years ago. They finished in the bottom 4, but Salisbury were relegated because of financial irregularities. That's cleared by Hodgkiss. Steisch, the goal scorer, onside. Taking on Bunab. Challenged by the new boy.
Yeah, I just feel Stockport have got to shorten the pitch, really. I think they've got to push up a little bit more from the back. I feel the 2 strikers have got to push on to Forest Green's back 4, and that gets the midfield in contention then. So try and shorten the pitch and threaten more. Work harder up front. And I know they are getting on Chaddy and Gritton, but they've got to close them down, not allow Forest Green to play from the back.
Hodgkiss. Might still come to Forbes. Good work by McCann. Imudia. He's all alone. Crossing opportunity possibly for Allen. Oh, it's an inviting one. The flag was up for offside, though.
Yeah, good ball in there from Chris Allen, the midfield player. Just drifted offside there. Not sure again whether it was restarts there, but looking to get on the end of it. Just feel Forest Green are in control at this present time.
Stash, stopped by Bunap. Stash has gone down after that challenge by Bunap.
Yeah, he's gone down. Don't look too happy as well with probably a knee injury. See the tackle coming up now. Now there's nothing. He's won it. I think he's just followed through and just caught him there. But he's a big lad, surely. A little bit of a sponge, some cold water, and he'll be up in no time.
Reminder: this is the curtain raiser for the brand new season. Our next live game is a week tonight. We're at Sincilbank for Lincoln against Wrexham. You can join us from 7:30 here on Premier Sports. It's Lincoln, who were relegated along with Stockport, begin life in the Blue Square Bet Premier. Dietmar Hamann is almost 36 minutes into his managerial career, and he has plenty to think about.
Yeah, he'll be just asking I would imagine he'll be asking him to push on a little bit more. Just the two central midfield players sitting a little bit deep, protecting the back four really, but I think the way Forest Green are set up, they're playing from the back into midfield, so you can allow your midfield players to push on. Don't give them an outlet, make them hit long balls, and then surely the Stockport defenders will be favourites to win it.
Dave Hockaday will be delighted to see last year's top goal scorer and tonight's goal scorer back on his feet. Fraud. Forbes has won it back for Forest Green. He's away from Holden. Good strength from Forbes. It's come now to Routledge. Strong but fair challenge by Allen.
It was a fair challenge. That's what you get in this league. Honest endeavour, good tackles, no rolling about. As we see, John Routledge there just picked himself up, got on with it. Very committed tackle there by Chris Allen.
Tyru began at Swindon Town under Paul Sturrock. Still only 22 years of age, joined last December. Griffin's header away. Miles. McCann. Miles once more. Britton's flick didn't quite come off. Miles once more. Forest Green, every player back behind the ball. Forward by Holden. This is Chadwick. Hasn't had too much service in this first half so far, the Stockport skipper. But he's managed to get the cross in there, and it was well taken by Fraun, who then couldn't quite get his angles right.
Yeah, but that's the delivery that Chadwick wants. Just making a little run inside the defender there. Dropped into his chest. And all right, you don't want to see Nick Chadwick crossing balls in, but he had no other option. Fraun found himself in the box, just slightly rushed his shot. Good control in the first place, but just a little bit more composure.
Well, the purse strings have been loosened in the last year, courtesy of that man, Dale Vince, the energy tycoon who was from the area and took over the club. He's promised to make it more competitive as well as more eco-friendly. Snods still reeling from the lack of burgers and chicken ban inside the new lawn.
I was just admiring the touch there by Didier Mann. As the ball got cleared out, he got up off the bench, and what a touch with the inside of his foot there.
Yes, he played 12 times last season at MK Dons, where he began the Fraun. Holden's gone on ahead of him here. Oh, great ball in from Fraun. Kick quickly up towards Stice. Nice touch from him. Norwood. Stice took it early. And that's a very good save by Matt Glennon.
Yeah, that's what he's all about, Stice. Little chest off, little 1-2, looking for the return, and then he's hit it across the keeper, Matt Glennon, who's produced a terrific save. Just got it wide. He's gone out for a corner kick, but you can see he's not happy with his defenders there, telling them to get tighter, watch the 1-2s.
Danger still isn't clear because James Rowe is going to take the Forest Green corner. Plenty of movement in there for him. Cleared comfortably by Gritton.
Yeah, I just think where Stockport are lining up from set plays and corner kicks, etc., they're lining in a zonal formation. I weren't a particular lover of that when I was a manager and a player. I like to know the man that I was marking. So if my man scored a goal, then I were to blame. I'm not into the old zonal marking.
That's an interesting spot, and we'll keep an eye on. That's a Stockport throw. Well, he's approaching his first ever half-time team talk as a manager. Could have been 2 down there. And he's preparing his words for his brand new team. That's a foul by Luke Graham.
Yeah, 1 or 2 tackles going in there, 1 or 2 players having a little say-so. Referee just trying to calm things down. No really bad tackles in, but somebody's going in the notebook, I feel.
It's Luke Graham. The first yellow card of the new season. He's going to the new signing.
Yeah, I don't think he's too pleased with it as well. He's asking the referee, what is it for? Check of the heads. The spectators of Forest Green as well don't seem happy with it. A few boos around the ground for the referee.
Here comes the Stockport free kick, aimed towards Gritton, who lost his footing. It allowed Todd to head it clear. And Holden, and Norwood atoned for his earlier error with a good block. But it is a Stockport corner.
Yeah, Ewan Holden fancied his chances there from distance, got a block, and now just before half-time, what a great opportunity for Stockport to get back on level terms and go into that dressing room a little bit more happier in the current situation.
Fraun's delivery, more inviting. And the first flash of goal for Martin Gritton. And he couldn't get the target.
Yeah, questions could be asked. Could he have done better? Good delivery in there, got above his marker. Didn't really get much height. It was just a tussle in there, but he's got an header to it for Stockport and for Gritton.
wants to sort something out in there. Chadwick is the Stockport player he wants to speak to. So, eventually in from Miles, punched clear by Bullman. Miscue by McCann. And then McCann is fouled by Hodgkiss, and it'll be another Stockport free kick.
Yeah, unnecessary free kicks. I'm sure Dave Ockdale will be going absolutely berserk with his defenders and his players at the minute, giving far too many free kicks away in dangerous areas. Can Stockport make this tell? This pressure, balls coming in, surely they've got to get a chance.
Fraun's delivery, too comfortable for the goalkeeper again, and that is the last action of the first 45 minutes of the season. The first 45 minutes for Dietmar Hamann as a manager, and he finds his team behind by a goal to 0 at the break as he prepares his first team talk. As they begin life outside of the... And he's got 45 more minutes to see if Stockport can take anything out of their first game out of the Football League. No changes from either side at half-time. The good news for Forest Green is that Rhys Dyche is back out. And it is he and Forest Green and the black and white who get us underway in the second half of the very first game of the brand new Blue Square Bet Premier season. Sheridan quickly into Chadwick. Is there an opportunity very early on here for Stockport in the second period? Routledge. This is McCann. In from Miles. One back by McCann. Miles again. Chadwick couldn't quite take that with him.
Yeah, he just tried nipping it inside his defender, whether he could have played Miles in again. But on the counter-attack, they've got to be very careful again.
And Moody is scampering forward from full-back, and that's a Forest Green throw.
Yeah, as I was saying, Nick Chadwick just a little bit unfortunate there. Just tried drifting in between two defenders. But give credit to the Forest Green defender. He stood up well, watched the ball.
And that's a foul by Fraun. So it'll be a Forest Green free kick. Dave Hockaday will be pleased with the first 45 minutes. His second season in charge, having succeeded Jim Harvey, who was very successful at this club. In fact, he led them to their best ever finish just 3 years ago of 8th. Jim Harvey, very limited resources.
Yeah, good manager as well, played football the right way, on the floor. A lot of admiration for Jim.
That's a useful ball towards Todd. He made a good fist of it as well. Glennon couldn't quite grab hold of it in the end. Sheridan couldn't keep it in.
Yeah, I think it was his own man that got in the way there from the delivery, but Matt Glennon, experienced keeper, as we see the ball just delivered in there. Comfortable. I think it was Danny Hall, if I'm not mistaken, that just got in Matt's way.
Here is Hall, who began his career at Oldham. Looking for Fraun. Gritton. Fraun again, early delivery. Goalkeeper had to watch it all the way. Almost caught out Matt Bullman.
Yeah, I think Fraun will admit that. That was a cross, probably gone wrong, but it had the keeper, Matt Bullman, scrambling there to... I think he's come off the crossbar. I don't think he's got a touch on it in the end, as we see. Definitely a cross into the box. It's not. He's come off the crossbar. He's been quite fortunate there.
Immediate in ahead of Fraun. I just wonder how important the next goal could be and who it goes to. Battle overcame cancer as well in his time at Torquay and then helped them into the Football League under Paul Buckle. Exeter too, and he spent the last 18 months at Newport. He began at Swansea, with a Football League experience. Another one you have to say that Forest Green have done well to bring in, and there he is again in ahead of Chadwick, and that's a foul by Gritton.
Yeah, arms in the air. But Martin Gritton, yeah, be a little bit disappointed there to give away a free kick. They had Forest Green under a little bit of pressure in their own 18-yard box, and now the pressure's been relieved.
Holden's header. That's in towards Steisch. Oh, that was a little rash from Danny Hall. They're clearly concerned about Steisch.
Yeah, but Steisch's reaction there, he's won the free kick. Just get the ball down, get yourself in the penalty area and get ready for the delivery. It was a free kick. Danny Hall there, bundling. He's got to be patient. The defender, central defender's just got to stand up. He's going nowhere. He's got his back to goal. He's in the bottom corner. Make him do something to try and make you beat him. But now he hasn't, and he's put Forest Green in a good position to deliver a decent ball in there.
Delivery's useful. Top came in. This is Norwood. Came off Sheridan last for a Forest Green throw. Kieran Forbes is going to leave it for his captain Hodgkiss, the former West Brom defender, the new captain after Luke Jones's departure to Kidderminster. Forbes always wriggled his way through. Forbes, and across came Routledge with a very important interception.
Forbes did well, but you've got to ask questions about the midfield players and the defender there. Too easy, been beat far too easy. Make it more difficult than that for him to get in behind you.
The penalty area is extremely congested. Useful delivery again, and Gritton had to defend it at the near post.
Yeah, good.
Buildup. All too comfortable again for Chris Todd.
Yeah, but Steve, they've got to keep it shorter. Buildup's there, he's knocking a ball 50, 60 yards to his striker. Gritton, and there's nobody in support, there's nobody within 30 yards of that ball. Try and be a little bit more patient, try and feed it into midfield to get it out wide. And
here's an opportunity for Norwood. He's gone for goal, and that's a good save by Glenn.
Good strike, good save. Norwood's got in far too easily down that right-hand side. Just a little ball over the top, no way he's offside. Good strike, good save as well. Low down to his right-hand side.
Just a timely reminder to Stockport. Just looking for Norwood again. Very nearly got there because Holden didn't make it. And Holden did get a touch at the Forest Green corner.
Yeah, for all the decent football that they've played, it shows that Route 1 now and again does work. They've gone right from the goalkeeper to having a corner kick.
James Rowe, the 19-year-old, had a very lively debut so far this evening. Is going to take this again for Forest Green. Plenty of targets. Norwood trying to get the flick. Gritton put it behind. Now Sheridan's gone down there.
Yeah, something happened off the ball, Steve. He's gone down in a heap there just as the Forest Green players were running in. James Norwood. Oh, there is an elbow come up there as he's gone to make the run. Young Sam Sheridan has gone what all good defenders do, is to track his runner, and an elbow across. I tell you what, if the referee had seen that, you can see by the mark on his eye, the referee's obviously not seen it. The assistant referee has not seen it. He's a lucky boy.
Let's bring in the Luton manager, Gary Brabham, who's with us tonight. He liked the tackle. What was your view of that?
Yeah, he's definitely caught him with his elbow there as he's tried to get away from him. His elbow's gone right up and he's given him a nasty.
If the referee had seen that, Gary, would he have had any option?
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult for the referee. Look at his position in there. He's right behind all the body, so it's hard for the referee to see. But he's definitely caught him with his elbow.
Yeah, no question about it. If the referee's seen that, he's off. It's not as though he's gone down. You can see the mark. You can see the mark on young Sheridan's face. Lucky boy.
And while Sheridan gets some more treatment, and he's going to have a rather enlarged eye in the morning. What are your impressions at the start of the second half, Gary, so far?
I mean, Stockport do look a bit brighter. I think they are, getting better service into the forwards. But I think the Forest Green have carried off where they left off. Sorry, and they seem to be edging for me.
That's what I find a little bit frustrating, Steve. He's gone down. He's not putting anything on. He's got an elbow.
Stockport tonight. He is now the man with no name and number. Miles, stopped by Forbes. This is Fraun. Bullman was quickly out of his goal. Here's Norwood. Well challenged by McCann. Forbes. Went back by Routledge. That was a tasty challenge. Routledge and Allen.
Yeah, great tackle, fair tackle. Both of them both committed to the ball. Nothing over the top or anything, just a 50-50 tackle.
The Scotsman with the throw into Gritton. Another Scotsman, it's inadvertently found its way back to McCann. It's one to attack. Fingertips from the goalkeeper. This is Fraun. Cleverly back in. Chadwick couldn't get there. More promising from Stockport. Drilled back in by Sheridan. The referee's whistle had already gone.
Yes, his assistant linesman's get it on here. I didn't see a lot wrong with that. Good pressure from Stockport, some good deliveries into the box. Keeper always struggling, Matt Bullman there to get a fist to it. But as it's come back in there, Chadwick's just missed it. And then we couldn't really see the incident, but the assistant referee's got his flag up for something that didn't really happen. Strange free kick.
Over an hour gone of the brand new season. Still Forest Green with their noses in front. The Blue Square Bet Premier New Boys still behind in Dietmar Hammann's first game in charge. First game as a manager. Looking for a bit of consistency. Stockport had 3 of them in last year's League 2 campaign. Paul Simpson began as the manager. His assistant Peter Ward then took over, and then ended with Ray Mathias, who was subsequently, under the previous board, appointed as manager in the summer and lasted 36 hours without a game before the new consortium came in and brought.
But very experienced manager, and I'm sure it was a shock to him to be only installed for 36 hours.
Chadwick's header. Really been able to get the ball decent area.
I think he'll know that one when he sees the TV replays. He got that wrong.
Miles. This is Fraun. This is promising. Miles again. Goes to ground. The referee's had a long look at it, and he's given a corner kick.
From where we stood, Steve, I think he's got it right, the referee. I think Miles should have struck now. He's just enticed the keeper to come out. can't really see from that angle. It's a tough call.
Here comes the corner. Better spell for Stockport. Sheridan just couldn't quite keep it down.
Yeah, unlucky. Well worth the effort for young Sam Sheridan, edge of the 18-yard box, but one or two players asking the question, should it have or shouldn't have been a penalty? Maybe this is a better angle for us. I think he should have hit it across goal. No, the keeper's got an hand to it. He's got an hand to it. I just think John Miles should have just hit it across the box when he had that opportunity. He just took another little touch, waiting for the keeper. I think he's done well. Matt Bullman in the Forest Green goal.
Still has a clean sheet on his debut. The 25-year-old. A very timely intervention there, as the final angle showed. That came off Hall. Glennon has to prevent the corner. Well, that's broken to Todd. His clearance was blocked by Fraun, but he recovered the situation extremely well. But I think that
well.
Routledge. Chadwick. Miles. He's picked out Thrawn. You know that he wants to cut inside. Instead, he's found McCann. He then goes down. No penalty. In fact, I think there's going to be a yellow card for a dive. Rob Whitt deems that a simulation.
Why has the boy dived? Why has he dived? If he's got no touch on him, as we see it, there's no touch. There's no touch. Why has he gone down? He's given the referee no option whatsoever to get his notebook out. That is so disappointing, that from Ryan McCann. He's got into the 18-yard box. He could have stayed on his feet and perhaps produced a cross to get him back in this game.
Very good decision by Rob Whitt. Just the second yellow card of the evening, the first recipient of one in Stockport's team. Cleared by Hodgkiss. That was Steisch and Hall, renewing acquaintances. It went against the Stockport defender.
I'm having a little chuckle to myself. I think that was completely the other way. I think they battled for it in the first instance, but then Steisch has got him round the waist here. I think Hall's been so unfortunate there. He's even having a chuckle to himself there. Surely not. Surely not, referee. Can't believe he's going in the notebook. He's obviously got to have said something, because he can't be getting booked for that, surely.
And former Oldham and Shrewsbury defender. He was on Crawley's books at the end of last season. He's in the referee's notebook too. Rowe to deliver, away by Buildup. Bags of energy in James Rowe.
Yeah, on either flank, he's drifted over to his right-hand side this second half, and as you say, I just don't feel he's seen enough of the ball. He's been the danger player today once they have got it out wide. But I think they've been a little bit more positive this second half.
Miles in early from Holden. All miss kick by Imudia. This is Gritton trying to retrieve the situation, and Stockport get a corner.
Yeah, a bit more pressure here from Stockport. Can they make one of these corner kicks tell? Two boys, two centre-backs. Danny Hall and Buildup go into the 18-yard box. Surely Dietmar man will be thinking, we must get a chance.
It's towards Chadwick. Norwood's clearance, back in from Sheridan. Touch from Hall. Another Stockport corner.
Again, plenty of pressure. Great support from behind the goal as well. Stockport County fans willing a goal in.
Miles with the delivery. Comfortable take for Bullman.
He's done well, the keeper, from crosses, from corner kicks in there, free kicks. He's been positive. That gives you confidence for your back four, knowing that your keeper's going to come.
So inside the last quarter of an hour, Luton Town manager Gary Brabham with us. Can you see Stockport getting an equaliser?
Well, they've looked more likely this half. I think they've been more of a threat this half. They've got some good crosses in the box. They've got up support at the front too, and they have looked more of a goal threat this half. But there's every chance when it's still 1-0.
Forest Green haven't really been able to trouble Matt Glennon as much in this second period.
No, they haven't. They seem to have left Rhys Dyche on his own, and the other two forwards, if you like, have sort of dropped into a midfield to make it more of a 4-5-1, whereas the first half they were a bit more adventurous with a 4-3-3.
Finely poised. The league new boys still in with a chance of taking something from this game. Fraun. Forest Green doubling up on him now. Trying to go in between the two of them, but he has won a corner.
The corner count certainly building up in Stockport's favour here, but can they make it tell? Got to keep it out of Matt Bullman's reach.
Short to Miles. Back in from Fraun. Goalkeeper came. Nothing there. And they do have their equaliser. And it's the captain, Nick Chadwick, who's got it. He scores the club's first ever goal outside of the Football League. And Didi Haman's team are level.
And did Nick Chadwick enjoy that? Little short corner, then played a great ball in there to the back post. I'm not sure whether the keeper was impeded as he's come for the ball. No, definitely not. There's plenty of bodies there. Great delivery to the back post. Matt Glennon's trying to get hold of Matt Bullman there to stop him coming for the cross, but it's just hit Nick Chadwick on the back post and put him on level terms.
Well, let's get a reaction from Dietmar Hamann now.
Yes, Dietmar, your reaction to that goal. One excitable fan actually invaded the pitch there.
I know, we've been pressing, we had a few chances, and hopefully we can push on, make sure we don't concede, but obviously we try to score another one there.
Do you think you can win now? I mean, you've been piling on the pressure the last 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, we've been playing better, we put on a bit of pressure on Forest Green, so we'll keep pushing. Obviously we don't want to concede another one. We want to go away with at least a point, but obviously if we can score another one.
Let's see how it goes. Thanks very much.
And that's the opinion of the Stockport manager. Let's get Luton Town's Gary Brabbin's opinion as well now. Do you fancy Stockport to win it, Gary?
Well, I've just been saying that I certainly fancied them today. They looked more like scoring this half, and now they've brought it back. It just depends on what Forest Green do. You know, they sort of, I don't know whether they just accepted it and gone back to a 4-5-1, but they sort of invited Stockport on them. They caused a few more problems this half, and they've deservedly got an equaliser.
What about Todd? If he'd still been on the pitch, he's won everything in the air tonight.
Yeah, he's a good, solid, dependable centre half, and him and Luke Graham look really comfortable together. And like you said, it's caused a little bit of disjointment at the moment at the back, and Stockport are relishing that.
I have to point out as well that the two goal scorers are the two first stars of Snodwatch for the new season.
See, told you, Steve. Hopefully that's how it will remain for the remainder of the season. But no, the interview with Dietmar Hamann was interested as well, because he said it's important now that we keep solid at the back. He weren't too bothered about going on and winning it. He doesn't want to get beat, and it's important that they go away from tonight with at least a point.
Well, for a set of outfield players, all 10 of them thrown together in the summer. Remember, all 10 of these outfield players are making their debut tonight. None of them were at the club last season. For them to show the character to come from behind to this point with 10 minutes to go will please them.
Yeah, that's right. It's given him a massive lift, that goal. You could see the reaction of all the players, the supporters, Dietmar Hamann and all his coaching staff really up for this.
Well, Forest Green are going to make their second change. Wayne Turk, in his second season from Newport, from Salisbury player too, is going to be introduced. And it's James Norwood, who perhaps, if the referee had seen his elbow on Sheridan, might have been sent off, is now going to be taken off.
Yeah, you're right. If the referee had seen it, he'd have been walking a lot earlier than with the remaining 9 minutes of this game to go. He's a very lucky boy that the referee or the linesman never seen that.
I think Tom Elliott is going to come on shortly for Stockport as well. Giant centre forward. So all to play for in the last 8.5 minutes at the new lawn. It's a Forest Green corner.
Get organised now. Stop pointing the fingers. Get organised in that 18-yard box, 6-yard box. Do not let Forest Green players get a free header.
An inviting one over Griffin. And a few hearts skipped the beat in the Stockport back four there. A wild effort from Sturridge, but the initial one certainly caused a scramble.
Yeah, again, that's what we've just been saying. Don't give free headers away. Again, a free header in that Stockport County 18-yard box. Good job defensively. Matt Glennon had positioned these two defenders on the post.
Referee wants Stockport to make the change first. So here comes yet another debutant. 20-year-old Leeds-born Tom Elliott replaces Martin Gritton. Made 3 appearances, Leeds his first team. With loan spells at 4 different clubs since. He finished last season north of the border at Hamilton. 6'4" Snuts.
He's definitely got the height. He's got the physique. And I'm sure Dietmar Hamann would have said, go on, son, and go and get me the winner.
Routledge. Given away by Amudia. It's come to Fraun. Onto that left foot. Ryan Fraun. Excellent block by Chris Allen. Cleared by Hodgkiss. It is Stockport, you have to say, who look the stronger.
They do. They're pressing, they're probing as well. They're trying to get forward, get balls into the box. And as you said, they're looking the more likely team to go on and win this game.
Chadwick's touch into Elliott, his first touch of the game, and he couldn't generate any power with it. Long from Hodgkiss for Forest Green. Went by Holden. Cleared by Bullman. Sheridan picks it up now for Stockport. Fraun. Chadwick's touch. Oh, Graham didn't get there. Well, Elliott went down very easily, and he's going to be booked as well.
I don't think he's dived, Steve. I think he's stumbled. I really do. The reaction of him, I think he tried picking himself up as he's gone down. It was more clumsiness than anything else. He's got in the penalty box. See, I think he's tripped himself up, but the way he's going after the ball, it's not as though he's looking for a penalty. I think he's stumbled, he's just fell over his own feet, basically.
Well, you could understand his frustration. And the 3rd yellow card of the evening for Stockport. And the 4th of the match.
Yeah, I think from the referee's point of view, it did look as though he dived and tried for a penalty, but I think it was just more clumsiness that he fell over, stumbled, but he tried to pick himself up. I think he's been unfortunate there.
In from Forbes, looking for Griffin. Sensible header back across. Hall was in the way, and Forest Green get a corner. Stockport have had a warning a couple of moments ago. Rose delivery. Oh, touched the cross.
Getting far too many free headers in and around that 6-yard box of Forest Green. The defending's got to be a lot more tighter.
And the ball has just slipped out of Ryan McCann's hands, and he's got away with that. Ryan McCann, third time lucky, into Chadwick. He was fouled by Klukowski.
That's good work by Chadwick. Experience, let the challenge come in, bided a bit of time for his team.
Long from Glennon. Chadwick trying to make a noose of himself. It fell to Elliott. Oh, that could have been his golden moment.
I said Dietmar Hamann would have said, go on and get me the winner, and he so nearly did there. Just swiveled as the ball's got played into the box. First time, he's just swiveled right foot. I think it'd beat the keeper. No dive from him whatsoever. And it's unfortunately just gone wide.
The first substitution he's ever made as a manager. Very nearly came good. Allen. Klukowski. This is Forbes. Cut out by Sheridan. Nice little touch from Routledge. Fraun. Stockport felt that was a foul by Griffin. The referee didn't. Here they come again with Stiche. And he goes down again. And in fairness to him, he was straight back up this time.
Yeah, great tackle. Danny Hall, I think it were, that got back. No, he wasn't, sorry, it was Ewan Olden that had got back here and made a terrific tackle. But Stiche weren't looking for the penalty. As you say, Stevie just picked himself up and chased the ball down again.
So the added minutes are about to be shown. And there will be 7 added minutes at the new lawn. Astonishment all round.
We're looking in amazement. 7 minutes, I know Chris Todd went down with an injury. Where did they get 7 minutes from?
Piergianni is going to be another debutant in a moment for Stockport. Forbes is down in the... In fact, it's Imudia who's down in the meantime for Forest Green. So he was only signed this week, Carl Piergianni from Peterborough. We saw him play for Altrincham on loan last season. 19-year-old. Mudia still looks as though he could be struggling. In fact, the signal is it's the end of his night, so they're going to have to make another change to that back line for all this stoppage time.
Yeah, and I think that's where Stockport have had the joy since Chris Todd did go off. They've had to reshape the back four, and I think Nick Chadwick's made the most
Callum
of that.
Henry's going to have to come on, Snuds.
Yeah, the Stockport will be relishing this probably now that there's probably 6 minutes of the game remaining. Disarray amongst the back four of Forest Green, so it's a great opportunity for perhaps Stockport to go on and win this game.
So Piergiani replaces Miles. And then Mudia is having to be carried from the pitch. So they've lost two of their starting back four now, Forest Green. And Callum Henry, who made just one substitute appearance last season, he's on for the remainder of stoppage time. Number 4 unavailable to Dave Hockaday this evening too. That's flicked on towards Elliott, just too strong for the substitute.
Tell you what, Nick Chadwick's done well this second half. He's been the front man up there. He's won a few headers, little flick-ons. He's got the all-important equaliser. Get a captain's performance this second half.
And his Everton Premier League debut at 18. And it was 10 years ago. Klukowski. Cleared by Holden for Stockport. Hodgkiss. Sheridan. Elliott. We're getting extended value on the opening day of the Blue Square Bet Premier season. Played by Henry. Fouled by Buildup. It would be a dramatic winner for either team now. Still 3 minutes of stoppage time remain.
That's poor. That's poor from the keeper, Matt Bullman. He's got to put it into an area where your strikers can compete. He's knocked it wide to this left-hand side. And even if he'd have got it or tried getting it under control, he's still out of the danger zone. Get into that 18-yard box.
Chadwick challenging. Forward to Elliott. No handball. Piergiani. Hodgkiss has to try and prevent the corner. In doing so, he's giving it back to Piergiani. Chadwick. Henry in the way. Then Sheridan. Nice balance. And the cross was cleared by Turk.
Yeah, we just see the handball situation there. I think referees, he's judged everything right in the penalty areas. He's not given several penalty claims, and again, I think he got that one right as well.
This is a test for Forest Green. Ryan Fraun to deliver the free kick for Stockport. Too deep towards Hall, is it? Yes, it is. He couldn't keep it in.
Just when you're looking for a better delivery, and his deliveries have been all right. Fraun's from set plays. Probably got a minute or two left. Put it in the danger zone. He's just overhit it. And unfortunately, Hall, the centre-back, couldn't keep it in play.
We're in the final minute of the 7 that have been added on. Boonab's header. Steisch will chase that, but to no avail. Well, he'll be pleased the way his new team have come from behind, shown the character.
I think he'll be more than pleased. I think he'll be absolutely delighted. This second half performance, they put Forest Green under pressure. They've made it difficult for them. They've not really had that many chances second half Forest Green, and I think deservedly this second half performance has got them a point that they deserve.
Routledge. Elliott. Routledge again. That's a good ball out to Fraun. We've had the 7 minutes of stoppage time. Fraun's cross straight into the arms of Bullman.
It just shows that Fraun, I think, is a little bit one-footed. He was looking to go on the outside there, but whipping in with the right foot, and he hit it with the outside of his left foot.
McCann. Stockport throw. Referee's had one look at his watch. Stockport need to get this into the penalty area, which Sheridan does. Chadwick went down. Back with Sheridan. Glennon has to get this forward. And that is it. The first 90 minutes out of the Football League, and under Dietmar Hamann produce a point for Stockport County, and a hard-earned one having come from behind.